Tonight's episode is going to get real. Let's be honest. No one hands you a voice when you become a patient. You have to fight for it. We're talking about what it actually looks like to advocate for yourself as a patient, not the polished version you see on pamphlets, but the kind that happens when you're scared, exhausted, and fighting to be heard. The truth is, no one hands you a manual when your world flips upside down. You learn how to speak up in hospital rooms at 3 a.m. You learn how to push back when your body is telling you something no one else seems to hear. You learn how to stop apologizing for needing help. Advocating for yourself isn't about being aggressive, it's about refusing to disappear. It's finding your voice in a system that sometimes makes it way too easy to stay silent. This conversation matters because when patients speak up, things change. And tonight, Hannah's going to talk about what that looks like from the inside. Not a textbook lesson, but as someone who's lived it.
Hi, everyone. I am so happy to be here tonight, like I am every night.
Every
Yeah,
Monday night
every
at
Monday.
7
Not every
p.m.
night, but every night that we, stream. Yeah. Mhm.
Well, good. Well, this is a topic tonight that we can talk about for years. So
Mhm.
it's so important, I think, for patients and even their caregivers to know how to advocate. And
Mhm.
tonight, if you guys hang out with us to the end, I am going to share a little pro tip. It's a pro tip uh, about what, almost like a key, a skeleton key for how to get things done in the hospital. So, yeah. So, um, well, Hannah, what's your what's your first, I
Okay.
guess, wisdom that you want to share with the listeners?
Um, that that if someone else isn't advocating for you, well, if someone is advocating for you, that doesn't mean you shouldn't learn how to advocate for yourself.
Mm,
Because a lot of things that happen, especially in child world, or I guess, is that the parents are so like, oh, I know, so let me do it, and you, like, sometimes parents don't let the child advocate or don't encourage. So encourage your kid to advocate for themselves, and encourage and let them. It's like how you teach a kid to order food at a restaurant, you know.
mm,
And also, that's another point I'll make later, is the restaurant. Is
okay.
is if you don't teach them and guide them to make these decisions, it's going to complicate their life in the future. I know so many people around my age that are now in adult world that have no idea what they're doing and no idea how to talk to doctors because their parents have done it all. I and I and I had been telling them for years, you need to do this. And obviously, who
You've been telling who?
like my friends that are also
Oh, okay.
old
Mhm.
issues.
Oh, even like at YACPAC, Youth Advisory Council.
Yes. Yes, that's the main place. I just I've never
I
it's
didn't
'cause
finish that. I'm sorry, Hannah. It's the Youth Advisor. It's YACPAC, Youth Advisory Council, Patient Advocate.
Youth Advisory Council, Youth Advocacy
No,
Council.
no, Patient Advocacy Council.
Oh, okay.
PAC.
It's been a long day.
At the hospital, she was
Yeah,
on. She was on the
a
yeah,
council.
YACPAC.
Um, and I forgot what point I
I
was.
totally derailed you.
Yeah.
Pardon me. I'm so sorry. Pardon me. You were talking about how you share about, like, you need to, like, speak up for yourself, learn about
Oh,
what's
yes.
you so you can learn how to talk to doctors.
Mhm. And even if your parents aren't letting you, you definitely need to put your foot down. I started advocating for myself at 13 when I was on life support and could not talk. So if I can do it and I can't actually talk and have to have my mom read my lips and then say it to someone else, that is still advocating. And
Absolutely.
and because it's what I wanted, I just had someone to say what I wanted, you know, and say it how I
Yes.
wanted.
Yes.
Because realistically, the patient's opinion is the best opinion most of the time. Not 100%, but I just
It
am very
definitely.
I guess
Go
I'm
ahead.
very in tune with my body.
Mhm. And the patient's, uh, opinion deserves to be heard, and it needs to be heard for
Mhm.
sure. So, Kelly is saying, "You are such an inspiration,
Oh,
Hannah."
thank you. I really appreciate that. Let me Oh, that's sweet. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Um, were you gonna say something?
Well, I think we could talk more about, like, so you
Mhm.
made a couple of points. You said one, you said, speak up for yourself.
Mhm.
And then, well, you started out saying, really, parents should help teach their children how to advocate. And here I can tell you some parents have to learn that themselves too, you know. Uh, and so, but I know one time when you were on ECMO, you were telling me you were really upset and you were realizing that you weren't strong enough, or you were thinking that you weren't strong enough to walk. And I said, "Well, Hannah, why?" You said, "I want to get out of my bed, and I don't think I can." Or I'm not sure exactly the words you were using. Do you remember?
I was like I just was so devastated because I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I danced for almost 10 years before I got sick. I danced around 9 years, and so I was a very strong person. I had abs, and then I went from having abs overnight to not being able to move by myself. And so I was just devastated and angry. And I was like, and this had been like a thing that had been bubbling up inside me too. And it just came out, and I'm sick of this bed. I don't want to be in this bed. And I
Mhm,
don't want to sit up in a chair because they had started sitting me up in a chair. And I go, I want to walk. I'm tired. I'm
mhm.
tired,
She
and
was
I
telling me
feel,
this.
yeah, and I feel like I'm weak. And one thing about me is I don't like feeling weak. That's the last thing I like. Or not even like, the last thing I want. That's just something about me. Anyway, go mom.
So I said, whenever you were telling me that, I was like, "Hannah, when your doctor gets in here later tonight, you tell him you want out of the bed."
Mhm.
And then what happened?
I said I did this. He was like I'm on the nurse's side of the room, and I go, and he came over because that's always what I would do this. And he came over, and I was like, get me out of this bed now. Because
That
he goes,
is
"Get her
exactly
out of
what.
the bed," and walked out. So he let,
Yeah,
like,
he
those
turned around.
RTs, that PT, figure it out.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
That is
because
exactly what
he
happened.
just wrote the order to let me get out of bed. So, like, I really do want y'all to know that medical shows do not usually do doctors well, nurses and everyone else in the hospital justice, because they're like in, like, Grey's Anatomy, they're like, "Oh, the doctors do everything." It's like, they don't have time for this. They have so many patients.
It's so funny to watch, like, the doctors. The doctors are doing everything. I mean, they're literally doing everything.
Like
And I
X-rays.
was like,
They
doctors don't do everything. Doctors tell everyone else what to do. That's what doctors do.
and they study so they know what to tell them. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Miss Lisa was looking for
Yeah.
us last week.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Oh, that's nice that you had could you put her comment on the screen?
Oh, sure. Mhm.
Mhm. Um, that's nice that you had a week with your sons. Mhm. Um, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so Hannah, uh, Lisa Horton is, her grandchildren. Um, they would come to church, and they're two boys and a girl. And what's your grandson's name, Lisa, if you don't mind saying it? You're the oldest, he's closer to Hannah's age, and sure, I cannot for the life of me remember his name.
For the laugh
If
me.
you
Sorry.
don't mind sharing. Yeah, I know that might be a little too much, but
Anyway.
they were living here in Arlington and they moved to Alabama.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway,
I think
yeah.
I remember 2 boys and a girl.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Tyler.
Yes,
She's
yes, yes,
and
yes,
Tucker and Mackenzie.
yes.
Thank you, Lisa. See, I was drawing a blank.
Because that's who I was thinking about because,
I thought
I
you
know,
might.
like, because her last name and then so now okay, now I yeah.
Yeah. So,
Mhm.
okay. Uh, so I think allowing your children to communicate with, and it could have gone one way. I could have said, "Hey, doc, she wants out of the bed. Can you get her out?" But that did not impact the doctor as much as Hannah saying it.
Because no one is gonna get your point across better than you are.
Mm.
Period, point blank. Even if it's the person like your mother. And if, like my mom, she trusts what I say and helps me. While, like not all moms are like that, sadly, but I'm very blessed. But at the same time, as whoever is taking care of you, they don't know. They don't know how your family works. They don't know how you work. And they will get to know you better than your family because they're actively taking care of you, not
Okay, Lisa, we'll be here.
not someone else, not your parents. See, my parents try and connect to the nurses, but obviously they're going to connect to me better than my mom. So, and that goes from all across the board. And this is why I
Mhm.
want people to advocate for themselves so bad. So bad.
Yes, it's probably the number one most important skill to have when you're in the hospital. And
And
we'll oh, go
and
ahead, Hannah.
also in real life, even at work, even at work, you have
Even at
to
home in your own house. Oh yeah, there you go. I was waiting for
it,
that.
block it. Yeah. um, it's like,
Okay.
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna read what Miss Rhonda is saying, but
Okay.
you finish your thought and then I'll pull her up.
Mhm. Oh, I finished my thought.
Oh, you did? Okay. My mom was in the same situation at our local hospital. She had a fall risk and she wanted to go for a walk. The nurse brings in a wheelchair to take her for a walk. She got back to her room and she refused to get out of the wheelchair. They ended up calling security on my mom. She already had dementia, and I think they put her in a hospital induced delirium. Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry.
that happens.
It does.
I suffered from it's ICU.
Hospitalitis,
I
ICU-itis.
Yes, ICU-itis. I actually have had 2 episodes of that. Um,
Tell 'em
yes, Rhonda, that it is unfortunate and it's true. You do kind of have to abide by some hospital rules when you're there. Not kind of, but there are rules and there are ways to navigate through the hospital system that is extremely important. So in other words, there are lines you cannot cross. You want to always show all your caretakers respect and honor. And I think one thing that really helps us is when, of course, with Hannah, we're there 24/7. Her dad and I take turns. A lot
And
of, when we can, we're there at the same time, but I still have to work. And
mhm.
go ahead, Hannah.
And I love my father. He's not listening right now, but he'll watch tomorrow. But let me say this. Me and him clash when it comes to advocating. And because he wants one thing while I want another. And also we're just alike a lot. We're both very stubborn. I'm more stubborn than him, and that's his issue with me. But he doesn't have an issue with me. He's my father. I love you, Dad. Don't judge me. So sometimes when my parents trade out, he won't come that morning, and I'll do the rounds. Also, be a part of your rounds, people. Be a part. Hello. Be a part of your rounds because that's when you know everything that's going on. Because if they because some things they're doing, they don't always tell you in a sense that'll make sense, and then you can also talk to your whole medical team of doctors who are taking care of you, um, nurse practitioners, doctors, all of them, nutritionists. Like, you seriously be a part of your rounds. That is one of the most important, even and especially on the days where you're super sick and you can barely get out of bed. I will walk up to my window. I mean, well, my door, because it's so big, it's kind of like a window. Anyway, and sit in a chair and listen and speak my mind, and they'll ask me questions. I'll ask them questions, and we work as a team because your medical team and you are a team.
Yeah, you're
I
part of
can't
the
say
team.
that
You
harshly
are
enough.
part of the team. That's
You
good.
really
Wow.
block it.
Block it. I'm not supposed to say that because it's apparently I'm too old to say that.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
No, you just sometimes use it incorrectly.
Oh, I mean, that makes complete sense. Hey, Rhonda, I'm so sorry that you lost your mom. Uh, that's a difficult one. I lost my mom too because of a hospital. So I understand. Yeah. But and I'm glad your dad stayed. I find it, yes, that's what. So she says, after that situation, we did not leave my mom alone in the hospital. A family member stayed with her at all times. And thank you. Oh, it's Mr. Greg.
Hi, Mr. Greg. Yeah.
Rhonda, that's something that is confusing to me. Why people don't stay at the hospital with their loved ones.
Mhm.
Bruce, Hannah's dad was at an overnight, and I don't know, what was that, like 6 weeks ago or something, and at the hospital, he was staying overnight, and
Oh,
I'm, of course, gonna stay the night with him, and the nurse, they don't have adult hospitals don't have beds or anything for the
that's
caregiver to stay. It's a
crazy.
chair that it lays flat, so anyway, I was like, "Oh, where's the bed? Is this where people sleep in there?" And then the nurse just said to me, she's like, "Oh, are you actually gonna stay?" And I was like, "What?
What do you
Yes, I'm gonna
mean?
stay." I mean, is that an I mean, do people not stay? He
That's
goes,
an
"Yeah, most people don't stay." It's so weird. People are weird.
that's another thing about advocacy is it doesn't just start with you. You always need someone else there just in case something happens. Don't leave people alone in the hospital. It's a very
Yeah.
scary place. You usually don't know what's going on. People usually don't tell you. And I get really triggered when I'm in the hospital.
So it's not I mean, it's a scary place, but here's the thing. This is the reality. every 12 hours, it's a shift change. So every 12 hours, you're getting a whole new crew on all levels, cleaning, your food staff, your doctors. Doctors are usually the same, but
Well,
there's that continuity. But you still get new doctors. It's true, they have to sleep. All of it, everything, it's all new people. So what happens is they have like where they're doing shift change and they transfer the knowledge. But that's why you guys are key. That's why the patient is key and the caregiver is key, because what happens is you hold all the information because you were always in the same spot every day at the same time that day. You were always there, so you know everything. So that's why when we're at the hospital with Hannah, we always make the nurses, that anyone who opens that door and steps into the room, no matter what their job is, they are taking care of our daughter, and we have to make them feel prioritized.
Yeah. And I think I've probably said this in another video, but what my eyes did when I was like,
Yeah.
is talk to the patient, please. No matter their age, if they're on life support or not, don't ignore them because you're coming into their bedroom, mind you, their temporary bedroom.
Yeah.
And it makes them feel more human. And the hospital feels very dehumanizing, in my opinion. So introduce yourself to your patients. Try and talk to them for at least 2 minutes. Okay? It's not that hard.
I think that's a lot of nurses do that. And
Yeah, but I'm
maybe
not.
not like, maybe not so much the cleaning staff
Well,
or
this is for all across the board. Anyone who works
everyone.
in the hospital should know that. Volunteers, which usually I love the volunteers at the hospital. Don't even get me started on them. Anyway, go ahead, Mom.
Oh, I was reading the messages. Well, I was thinking, so the reason why we're even talking about communicating with the staff coming into the room is that's a form of advocating. When the person comes in, you are helping them to feel welcome into your room, and you're helping them to feel valued, which I tell you what, if you talk to someone like they are the most important person in the world, they are going to hang the moon for you. I said this before, every one of us wants to be heard and we want to be seen. And if we can, all you need to do is talk with them, have casual conversation with them. And that makes a huge difference.
It really does, because everyone needs, and this isn't just for your patients either. I don't know if you said that, but even if you talk to the staff like they're important, which I do talk to them like that, and I think that because everyone's important, you know. Everyone's important, and I feel like that's we're missing out on a lot of that nowadays. Seeing people and having empathy, and it's very hard in a sense of patient. Sorry, I'm getting off track.
No,
And I
you're
just
just
feel like we need to have more
elaborating.
empathy, and that goes for anyone, anywhere, especially when it comes to meeting new people. Because if you want to make a connection, you have to be able to have empathy. So
When Hannah was on ECMO, people would just come into her room and they wouldn't say anything to her, and she would get so upset. And so I had to make a rule. I had to talk to everyone, even the hospital administrator, and let them know, hey, if
administrator?
yes, Yes. If anyone comes into Hannah's room, they are accountable and responsible to speak to her.
At
They
least
have to come up. Yeah, they have to come up and speak to her, and her name is Hannah. And what was happening is Hannah being in ICU, the staff isn't used to their patients being awake
Mhm,
most of the time, or a lot of times you might be a child at right after surgery and they're down there overnight or maybe 2 nights. So it's not, but Hannah was in the ICU for 6 months,
mhm.
did not leave. She left one time to go get a CAT scan, and that's a story for another night. All
I
right.
just told my friend about that, and she goes, "No way. No, but yes way."
Yeah. So what happened is, I'll tell you what happened. Because everyone was coming in and speaking to Hannah, they were getting to know her, and absolutely everyone fell in love with Hannah because she's just adorable.
Well, I'm
Just because,
nice.
yes, and you're thoughtful and you see people. And so what she would do is, oh, we had this what was it? The Deck Your Room. It's an
Oh,
organization
yes. Mhm.
that gave her a bunch of stuff for her room, and they got her these little stickers that had
Like
um
like
Baby Yoda, because Hannah
100.
put on there that she loved Baby Yoda, but
Well, okay, so I like Star Wars. Star Wars is, like, one of my favorite, television, like,
movie series.
franchises.
Oh,
Um,
franchises. Well, okay.
yeah, Star Wars in general, not just Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda got really popular, in 2020, because of The Mandalorian, obviously, and so I said all this stuff about anime, and then Baby Yoda and Stitch, and Baby Yoda was the most popular item they could find. I love anime as well, so it's just like but I still have I have the Mandalorian poster that was hung up in my hospital room. It's folded somewhere. Well, I know exactly where it is. And like I'll be cleaning my room and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that was in that corner up against the wall." And the thing is that we they pulled a lot of strings for me to decorate my room. Like that's not normal apparently. I did not know that.
Yeah, we didn't know at the time.
No.
Yeah, how much they were
But
spoiling you.
I appreciate y'all. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I
Oh, tell them what you did with the stickers.
oh, yes. So so when I really, really liked someone, first off, you had to earn a sticker from me. So like, if I had a few interactions with you and I liked you, I was like, "Okay, you can have one." And then some people I'd be more lenient because, some people just have a better first impression than other people, you know? Well, I would give someone a Baby Yoda sticker, and it would be like they're a part of Team Hannah. And like when I walk around at that hospital, I will sometimes see Baby Yoda stickers, and I'll come up to them, and and I'll pull down my mask, and they're like, because I look so different too, which is really weird, really, really weird. And they're like, "Oh my God, you're Hannah," and I feel like a little micro celebrity when I go to the hospital that I was on ECMO at.
You feel like, oh, a celebrity,
A
yeah.
micro celebrity,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Well, so, Lisa said that she had to have a surgery 3 years ago, and, it was really fast. It was an emergency surgery,
Yeah.
and there was no one to stay the night because her kids had all moved.
Oh my goodness.
Lisa, I'm so sorry about that. Yeah.
No.
Then she's like, "There was no place to sleep, much less hardly room for my bed." No
Yeah,
joke, at those adult hospitals are tiny.
but they're outdated usually. Like the one that dad was
And the
at,
dad, yeah.
his room looked straight out of the '60s, and I was like, "What?" I walk in there, it's like weird. It feels dirty because it's so old, but it's not. I hope it was just weird.
Uh, can I, come off to see if I can find that Baby Yoda video where you so they can see your room.
What am I going to talk about?
Um,
Wait, we needed to get photos. Why didn't we do this again?
we'll plan better next week.
I'm sure. We say
I've
that.
got a lot going on. I have
Yes.
your dad and I's thing on Tuesday nights. We're having a conference this weekend. I had to
This
close
weekend?
last week, our quarter close. Yeah, this Saturday is
So
our
am I going to
conference.
get to stay home alone?
Yes.
Content.
I don't know if we're I don't know if we're staying the night though. I think we're gonna come back.
Okay.
We haven't even talked about that. But yeah,
I
I'm
didn't know this.
busy. So so yeah, and then we'll have some good pictures for you guys next week. But so advocating, what
pro tip?
is talk to them. I'm going to tell them the my pro tip, but talk to them about when you go into the emergency rooms. Okay, I'll be back.
I'll be back. Okay, so emergency rooms are so hectic and so crazy, and I don't like going to the emergency room. I don't think anyone in their good right mind likes to go, even if they're getting help because of like medic an emergency. It's a very stressful situation. You come in contact with a lot of doctors, a lot of nurses, a lot of RTs, and they usually don't listen to you. The last time I was in the ER, they took me off oxygen because they're like, okay. They're like, oh, it's just in your head. It's just, and I'm like, don't say that to me. Excuse me. I have one lung. I'm gonna have oxygen if I want oxygen. Okay? Well, and I was feeling the anxiety, and the lady hadn't even told me. So I got so mad at her. I got so mad at her. But anyway, just pay so much attention. And bring something to do when you're in the ER, because there's only so many movies on the TV, and there's only so many crappy TV shows that are playing at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's mainly South Park. I'm not going to watch South Park at 2 in the morning with my mother in the room. No, ma'am. And so, sorry. And so, usually you have to wait for a while. For me, because I'm disabled and immunocompromised, they will put me in basically a holding room, like a holding cell, joking. And they will escalate my case because I usually have chest pain, and chest pain is a really bad thing, which I didn't really realize this until like 2 years ago. And so they put me there, and then they take me back, and they do the like weight and all that, and they'll ask you for your history if you don't already have it in your My Chart. And you need to be on top, and you have to know what you're going to say and know how you're going to answer questions, and be prepared to talk to a whole lot of people and get nowhere. Because that's how the ER works. Okay? They expect it to take 2 hours to get an x-ray and an hour and a half to get an x-ray back. And I hope this makes sense, because I think this makes sense, but it's because I live it. And you just have to be prepared for waiting. And then also, when a lot of people will come in and they'll ask you questions and be like, well, this and that and da da da, but you need to, and they might try and change your mind on things, and this is just a hospital thing. But if you know something's wrong in a certain area, you do not let them push it aside or anything like that. Also, make sure you list out all your symptoms. Because if they don't have all those symptoms, then they can't come up with a diagnosis as well as they can if you do. And I've learned that the hard way, because, even if you're not 100% realizing that that's a symptom, you can always ask, can you also tell me what other symptoms I could be having that I might not just realize right now? Ask questions. They really do appreciate that. And if you do have a snooty nurse, you have a snooty nurse, and you just have to stand up for yourself and be like, hey, and ignore that, I guess. I feel like I'm rambling. Mom, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, you're not rambling. I can't find the video.
Well, you know
But
what? We'll post it for you guys on my Facebook page.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, there is a video of them washing your hair, your braids.
with the trash can.
Yeah.
I get so this, and it's so weird when you're in the hospital for a good portion of your life, and you're like, "Oh, that's so nostalgic." That shouldn't be nostalgic, honey. That shouldn't. But it is for me because I mean, like, it's just nostalgic. God forbid, right? But and when I think about those memories, I miss it, and that's the weird thing. That's the weirdest thing of it all. Is I miss ECMO, and I shouldn't, but I do. And they warned us about that, so that's a
Why do you miss
whole
ECMO?
story.
But
Why
why
do
do
I
you
miss
miss ECMO?
girl, a lot of reasons. Um, I wasn't I guess it was okay. I guess it was the attention, but I don't wanna say that, that's horrible. But I really do miss and I miss the people, I miss having those daily interactions. Nowadays, I barely leave the house unless I have to go somewhere or if one of my friends wanna hang out, but they're in college and I am not. And so, I guess I miss that, and I miss being 13, even though it was the hardest year of my life. I do miss being 13. And I miss a lot of things. This is a loaded question, I don't really wanna talk about it. Mom,
Fair enough.
thank you.
I found a video
Okay, awesome sauce.
of you eating a burger on ECMO. Wanna watch
Ooh.
that one? You guys wanna watch
Ooh.
that one? Hannah is eating a burger. Like, oh man, speech therapist. You could do speech therapist.
I miss her. Oh my gosh. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, it's not available just yet. But
Oh,
tell us about eating a cheeseburger and why is that so um
and like
like
I love
significant?
cheeseburgers. And also I couldn't eat for like 4 months. So I was craving all these foods and and I finally was getting to eat them. And so when I would get it was like trying a food for the first time again. Like y'all don't understand. If I could go back and try all these foods for the first like back then, oh my god, my life would be perfect. If I could have that experience every time I ate something, like it was oh. And even though it was hospital food, it was still so good, guys. It was still so good and I love and the nurse, I mean speech therapist, she was literally one of the highlights of the hospital because she was the sweetest, one of the sweetest people I have met. She just was patient, and I loved her voice. I loved her voice. Oh my gosh, she has the voice of like that's so sweet and so kind, but also sounds like a cartoon character in a good. That's a compliment in my head because I watch a lot of cartoons. And taking a bite of that cheeseburger. Well, it probably was like was I holding it? This is
Uh-huh.
probably like my third because I couldn't really hold my own food. I had to have someone feed me like a baby. Um, and and
No,
I
go
know
ahead.
I remember taking a bite and it had pickles on it. I think because I love pickles. Pickles are like my favorite, and and it just was like juicy too. It was like I think it was from the grill. 'Cause it didn't
Yeah.
feel like off the menu delivered to your room.
Are you saying that you wish you could like go back and do that again because
It
you
tasted
had
so
like
good.
yeah, and it had been so long since you'd eaten because
Yeah,
you didn't eat for
a very
a
long
couple
time.
months.
Yeah, I said 4 months.
Yeah.
It was around 4 months I couldn't eat, and that's, like, all in all. And even now, like, I'll have, like, 2 days where I can't eat because of something. And the food is I can you put Mr. Greg's comment
Oh,
on the screen?
I cannot get it to email.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We'll post it. Okay. So everyone is always like, "You like hospital food?" I go, "Yes, yes," because the
She just
hospital.
told you why.
I go, "No, no." The hospital has stepped up their game since, let's say, the
Oh.
early 2010s, and in like 2015, they had a change. Apparently, I watched a video essay on this on YouTube. Okay,
Oh.
because I was so like, why is it good now and not like the. But nowadays they have a menu, and you choose what you want to eat. So it's not like, oh, they curate a certain food for you. It's like, no, because especially I think this is also might be a specific child thing. They're starting to do it in adult hospitals more because at the hospital where my sister-in-law was at, she had a menu. So I know this is not just at children's hospitals. It might also be a big city thing because we live in the DFW, which is one of the biggest cities in the world or America
Or in our country, yeah.
country.
Yeah, our
USA.
country.
No, I'm joking. Anyway,
I don't know about the world.
what was I saying?
You were talking about why you
Hospital food.
love hospital food.
Okay, the
The document.
hospital, my new hospital, quote unquote, they have the best French toast. I crave that French toast all the time. Anyway,
You're
sorry.
new. Oh, the one downtown
Yeah,
Dallas. Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were talking about adult
No.
hospital. I'm like, did I miss that trip?
Did I miss the trip? Yes, you did. You just weren't there. Yeah, no, and me and Dad didn't feel the need to tell you either.
What?
Yeah,
And I didn't
anyway,
miss you guys being at home either, huh?
yeah,
Or
apparently.
not being at home.
Yeah. Anyway, um, but and like and I would watch the Food Channel when I couldn't eat. I was reading Miss Lisa's comment. Sorry, y'all. But hospital food is very different now, and it actually tastes pretty good. And there are some dishes that taste bad, and if it tastes bad, then just don't get it. Like the nachos at my old hospital, amazing. At the new one, bad.
Also, at where the hospital that she was at when she was on ECMO, they had Chick-fil-A.
Yes. Oh, they it was basically like a shopping mall down there. Like
Yeah,
they have a nail salon, a hair salon,
yeah. A Build-A-Bear,
there.
a yogurt place,
Yes.
uh, they have
A
a
gift
game
shop,
room, a library. Go
library.
ahead.
And, like, for a lock-in at Yak Pack, we did a lock-in. I thought it was a sleepover, so I brought all my medical supplies. It looked silly. Anyway, because that's how they told me. Anyway, I walk in and
The
I'm like,
lock-in makes you think you're gonna spend the night.
"Well, yeah," but we got to just be there until midnight, which was honestly a big deal.
Yeah.
And, and it was just a really cool experience because you never get the game room to yourself. You're always sharing it with a bunch
Ooh.
of people, and especially people
Mhm.
that you like, that you know and that you're kind of friends with. I only made like 2 good connections there, but that sounds bad, but good connections and connections are 2 different things in my brain. Anyway,
Oh,
what were you saying, Mom?
I wasn't. What do you mean you made 2 good connections?
With, like, kids my
Oh, kids. Oh,
age.
at the Yak Pack, yeah. Oh, gotcha. Is that what you mean?
But I got along better with the adult, which what's new in it with me.
So yeah, and
Sorry,
that's probably yeah, and because you are a
mature.
PK and
If you don't know what PK
you
stands for, it's a pastor's kid.
and she grew up her teen years were spent in the hospital
Right.
around adults. And
Yeah.
when you're in the hospital, especially for Hannah, she was Hannah's situation, when she had a trach, like she was on a ventilator, so they wouldn't let her be around other children because they see that ventilator as a lung outside of the body and a infection risk, not only for Hannah, but also for other kids.
That was really hard for me. I
Yes,
understand,
that
of course, I understood then, but that still doesn't make it not hard.
it oh, yeah, it
I
definitely
felt
wasn't easy. She couldn't ever be around kids in the hospital.
yeah,
There
so
was
for
never
3
a
years, I
time.
was isolated from people my own age, so I went back to high school. That was a mess for me. I was so confused. So confused. In a way.
Well, that's part of your social anxiety you were talking about last week too, is you hadn't been around kids. You'd been around adults for 4
Yeah,
years, 3
for
years.
3 years. Yep, and then when I would try to make connections, I felt very ahead, and when someone else isn't with your emotional intelligence, it's really hard to keep a good connection in my brain, but whatever. We got really off track, Mom.
Yeah, off advocating.
Advocating, yeah.
We're going to. We're going to. Okay. Um, I'm uploading it to the drive, so I do wanna show you guys the burger scene.
The
'Cause
burger.
so tell them, okay, this wasn't what we're supposed to talk about tonight, but she did wanna eat, so you advocated for that, you advocated for eating. It was impossible, guys, impossible for Hannah to eat while she was on ECMO. Tell them how it became possible and why, and I know we're not even this isn't about speech therapy, but why that played such a huge part in you eating that burger.
Okay.
Speech therapy,
Speech
the
there well, the thing is that you work up to food, to solid food. So first, they start you out with a little bit of water and then a little bit of ice. You can only have, like, 5 ice chips, like, every hour or every, like, few hours. I remember begging for them because I was so thirsty. I was so thirsty, guys.
that was
And
horrible.
it took months, and not months, but weeks to get up to where I could eat a burger. But when you're in the hospital, they have this thing called a swallow study, and that's where they check, your valve that closes your airway and opens your stomach one. Um, and I'm processing what
It's
I'm
your
about.
swallow
Yeah,
oh, okay.
and so they would have you usually go into this big room, and it has this massive machine, and they make you drink like this dye stuff. It's not that bad. I had kind of tastes like a snow cone, but if it had milk in it, don't know how to explain that. Um, and and they just see how it's working to make sure you're cleared to eat. And that's what I did when I got my trach because I was able to leave the ICU. Anyway, but you can't leave the ICU when you're on ECMO because they have to sit you up in that machine. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So what they do, which is genius,
What they
on
did, they hadn't done this before. It was the
that they hadn't
doctor.
done this before. Let me remind y'all, they basically experimented on me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not joking. Um, and they take these 2 ultrasounds, they put the gel on my neck where my cannulas aren't, and they just scan, and it shows, like, and you can see the valve pretty decently, not
Yes, you could.
not the quality that the other machine provides, but it is a good, just in case thing, you know, for in my case, because I wanted to eat. I was sick
Ooh,
and I was angry that I couldn't eat because I love to eat. Anyway,
your dad is watching.
Dad, hey, Dad. Okay. And they take this, and you can see on there because there's 2 of them. And you hear the sound, and it looked so cool, guys. I literally cannot explain it. It just looked so cool, and uh, I was they I was drinking a little bit of water out of a Capri Sun straw or a coffee stir because I had this thing where I would like to chug water. I did it once. I did it once, okay? Okay, it was a really bad idea. I destatted for like 2 hours after it. I didn't realize Okay, all they told
They
me was
didn't share with you the
yeah, they
consequences
didn't
of
share.
you.
That's what I mean. They didn't tell me what was gonna happen if I did it. They just said, "Don't do it," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
You're like, you
oh,
gotta give the why. Gotta give the
yeah,"
why.
but they gave me a regular size anyway. You do have to get the why no matter what, especially with children, like toddlers and stuff. They're asking why for a reason. So answer
Yeah.
the question, even if it's hard. Anyway, whatever. Um, and so
Well, I do have the video ready whenever you're ready.
okay, and so once I was cleared, I was able to eat baby food, then like vegetables, like soft vegetables, so like steamed carrots and green beans. I love green beans. And and then then I had sloppy joes, and then I had a piece of pizza, then I had a pickle, then I had roast and all that, and then I had the hamburger. Oh my gosh. If I could go back,
Okay, let's watch you. You
sorry.
ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Are y'all
Yes.
ready? Is everybody else ready? But you get so thirsty when you're in the hospital. You
Yeah,
do.
you really do because
Oh,
it sucks the air. There's and you get so dry.
okay, let's see what this is.
Okay. Even though you're chewing, just fake it. Fake it so I can see it. Put it up there to your mouth.
Oh, Dad was taking a picture. I didn't watch it before. The other one is, let me change the background so we can see it better.
Do we still have that pillowcase?
Yeah,
We better.
yeah, we do. We do still have that pillowcase. Let's do this. Okay. I th Let's do this
That
one.
one
Let's watch
works.
it again. Let's watch it again.
Okay.
That's me
Even
laughing.
even though you're chewing, just fake it. Fake it so I can see it. Put it up there to your mouth.
See how I was like,
Oh, the other one you were doing it. Let me get the other one. It was like 13 seconds. I know. I couldn't get it to download. So,
we'll post it on my Facebook page.
okay, we'll post it.
Okay.
We'll post it.
I know we got
Over
super off. I know we got super off track with what we were talking about, but sometimes you get off track and you want to talk about what you want to talk about. And I feel like having a more relaxed environment with a podcast makes it feel more personable. Can you change the background?
Oh, yes.
Thank
Back
you.
on. Do you guys remember her background, what this is?
Anyway, um,
Oh, and some of you, you're probably on your phones, but I'm going to share her QR code for her YouTube channel. If you guys want to
yes,
go check it out, it's
it's called Patiently Speaking. That's the name of this podcast, by the way. And I just really, really, really ask for you guys to go follow it because I want to build this so that I can get my story and my advice out to a lot of people, especially people my age, around my age, parents, so that they know what's best to do for their children because and themselves. This isn't just for yeah. This is a whole thing, and I'm very passionate about. I've always been like wanting to help people. That's always been what I wanted in life. And I really feel like if you guys go follow that, you can help me achieve my dream.
So, you know what Hannah went through. When she was 13, when she was on ECMO, she was 13. And she told me, she said, Mom, when she realized she was going to live, she was like, Mom, I am not going to waste my life. And she has been determined to take what was a really bad situation for her and really difficult and use it to share some hope and good and encouragement to others and advocate for people with disabilities, children who don't have a voice, be their voice, she just wants to advocate for the good things that are in the hospital. The hospital's hard. There's a lot of really hard things about the hospital, but there are also a lot of really good things about the hospital. And the more you guys watch this stuff, the more you comment in the chat, the more you share with others, the more you go onto her YouTube and watch it there too. And just really mainly liking, sharing, and commenting. Those are the biggest things you can do to help Hannah get this out. We're expecting it to be organically grown, and that's up to you. You are the audience. And so if you know anyone, share this with them. And yeah.
Okay. And reminder, y'all, I have a letter.
Oh, Hannah's letter.
Yes.
Oh, it's to occupational therapists, which we didn't even talk about tonight, but it doesn't even matter. I take it hospital process is tough. Yes. Oh, your dad. Oh, look. Aw.
Yeah.
He's so cool.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Well, are you
I'm
want to
ready.
move on to your last? Okay. Let's.
My last segment. Dear occupational therapist, I'm writing this not just for me, but for every patient who's had to fight for what used to come easy. You meet us where most people never do, in the raw, messy middle. You see the frustration behind shaky hands, the tears that fall when something simple suddenly feels impossible, and the silent grief of losing a version of ourselves we thought we'd always be. You don't run from that, you walk straight into it with us. You stay in the room when we're angry, exhausted, or ready to give up. You push us when we've got nothing left. But not because you're heartless, but because you believe we're capable of more than the pain tells us we are. You fight for for the part of us that's still holding on. And when the process finally shows up, and a steadier step, a stronger grip, a deeper breath, you celebrate a miracle. And to us, you celebrate it like it's a miracle. And to us, it is. You don't help us move. You don't just help us move again. You help us live again. You hand us back the pieces of ourselves that sickness or trauma tried to steal. Independence, confidence, dignity, and hope. So, on behalf of every patient who has ever been in that fight, thank you for standing with us in the hard places. Thank you for believing when we didn't. Thank you for being the quiet strength that keeps us going. With everything in me, Hannah Hines, and every patient who refuses to give up.
Very good, honey.
Thank
That's
you.
a great letter. That's a
Thank
great
you.
letter.
Yep.
Okay. Well, how about you say goodnight, and I will tell them about our show next week.
Okay. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. See y'all next week.
Oh, I have to remove you.
Yeah.
Bye. Okay. All right. Some heroes don't walk into a room with a stethoscope. They walk in with bubbles, music, games, and a kind of strength that can break through fear. Next week, we're talking about child life, the ones who stand in the middle of medical chaos and fight for a child's heart while everyone else is fighting for their body. This isn't some cute feel-good story. This is about what it looks like when someone steps into a dark, terrifying moment and brings light strong enough to push it back. That's child life. They didn't just make Hannah's hospital stay easier. They helped save her life. They gave her courage when everything around her was falling apart. Next week, we're going to talk about that, the real impact these people make, the way they carry hope into hospital rooms, and why what they do is nothing short of powerful. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We look forward to seeing you next week. Have a good night.